To make these round flasks, I soak the leather in some warm water. Well, the birds are out today. I can hear them. If you watch to the middle of this video, you'll see a tour of South Mountain State Park, North Carolina. So on the chilly side today, it's only 52 right now. This is Dallas, North Carolina. It's actually warmer. I'm from Central New York area. It's actually warmer up in New York than it is here. And when I say Central New York, I'm not talking about Central New York City. I'm talking about Central New York State, Syracuse area, up by Lake Ontario. You couldn't pay me to go to New York City. This area down here by Dallas, North Carolina is similar to where I lived up in the Syracuse area. Except for if you get up near Charlotte, Charlotte's a lot much bigger than Syracuse. I don't think I'd want to go live in Charlotte either. So I'm making 2 flasks, one for each side of a flask. So I have 4 flasks on hand. I'm going to make a couple forms ahead of time. I actually have 8 of these all together. I'm going to be making 8 flasks all together. So these are all wet formed, ready to start putting a design on them. After they dry, I'll have to redampen the center area and do my carving in there, my stamping, whatever. So now these are all dry. I'm just going to mark around them with a pencil, the center of the flask, untie it, trim it all off, and this is what you end up with. These 2 pieces that I've already taken apart. There's the flask. So now I have to punch holes, put my design on there, seal them all up, lace them. Pretty much it. So this is what I'm shooting at. This is one that I made a couple years ago. I haven't made one since. I'm going to use my flat pencil, Home Depot, to get a reference line around the edge. Spin it around. And then I'm using my wing divider to mark each hole. So they all come out spaced the same apart. Good. Now I'm going to punch the holes. Just using a scrap block of wood. So I drew a rose on here. I'm going to carve this into the leather. This one's going to be black with a red rose. So I've gone around this with my swivel knife, and now I'm shading in the edges, carving it out. Oh, this is ready to dye. I decided to put a rose on the front, and then this geometric pattern on the back that looks like a flower. Now I'm ready to dye. I'm not ready to dye. I'm ready to dye the flask. So before we finish up the flask, we're going to take a tour of South Mountain State Park in North Carolina. Let's get back to the leather work. Okay, so I'm putting some red dye on the rose. And I'm going to do the body of it, of this leather in black. Okay, and then I gotta do the leaves and the stem with some green. Trying not to get the green on the red, but it's not gonna hurt too much to get it where the black is gonna go, because the black will cover up the green. But the green will bleed into the red. I think I'd probably end up in a brown area. Actually, that might be a good idea to use for some of the shading on this rose. I was thinking about possibly putting some black, but maybe the green will actually work better. I'm gonna try a little spot, see what happens. Actually, that's gonna work good. Just right on the very edge, underneath the petals. Just a little bit, just on the very edge. What do you think? I think that was a good choice. Yeah. Well, I've got the red and the green out. I'm going to work on this geometric pattern. I'm going to do this outside edge with green, this circular part, and I'm going to do the flower shape with red. What do you think? And then outside the circle is going to be black, just like the other side. Get a little creative. My thought for today is there's a lot of unhappy people in this world. I do my hardest to try and stay happy. Surround yourself with loving people. Don't complain a lot. Minimalize your expectations of everything and everybody around you. You'll be surprised how happy you'll be. Okay, green is done. That'll dry a little evener than what it looks like there. I'm gonna go back to some red. Okay, let's see if I can cut this star in center without getting red on the star. And I'll put some yellow on it. I guess even if I did get a little dab of yellow or red on there, it would be orange, which would still look pretty cool. Might still end up orange. Alright. A little bit of sunshine yellow. So with the black dye, I'm going to use this Phoebing's, I think it's an alcohol base dye. It has a lot darker black than the water base. I did a beer koozie for a friend of mine with a rose on it, a red rose. Came out pretty decent. And this one doesn't look bad itself. So that's all dyed black. And I'll get the other side. Kind of looks Christmassy, don't it? Poinsettia. Maybe it won't after it gets this black on there. Well, maybe some people might want the poinsettia on there, huh? Little holiday cheer. Okay. That is ready for some sealer when it dries. Okay, I've applied the sealer to these two pieces and waiting on them to dry, and then I'll put them on the flask.